you were gonna pay cash, you would actually put that in as cash, because then we have a cash box, and the cash will go in the cash box, and then it will go into the recording for Gabby that we have $150 Square transaction. If they were gonna write a check, but, so if they are going to pay by credit card, all they have to do is tap right here. Or they can, insert, or they can,
So do you push
or you can
this?
swipe here. No, all you have to do is at this point, so all you have to do is, well, it's,
If they insert, is there something for them to sign?
yes, it'll come right up here, it'll sign, or it will tell you what, so
But
at
with
this
this
point,
one, might-
you can see it swipe, insert, or tap. You swipe, you tap, or you insert. If they're using debit, they can't go over $100. So you might have to do it in 2 transactions, so you could split amount, and now you could make different payments. That
You
doesn't,
mean just under $100?
for
For
debit.
debit.
You know the debit card with your
yeah.
bank debit?
Yeah.
But if
For
you're using
credit's
Visa
okay?
and credit,
Yeah.
they'll do up to $500, you know, as high on, so if their debit card doesn't
Yeah.
work, you can either split it, or you can go ahead. Now, the thing is, if you get busy, just keep this, and you can invoice, and we can help you invoice. I won't even,
But how do you invoice them?
well, that's, so you
Do
hit
you take their
more,
credit card number?
no,
No, you send them
No.
invoice.
So what you're saying is if it's
No,
really
because
busy
they are
in
in-
here,
invoice
you
right
just
away,
fill
you
that
write
out
the-
and leave it
the
and then
invoice
say,
goes
we'll
to the
invoice you.
email
Yeah.
account
Okay.
gets
the
to
best thing to
That's
do is
easy.
just to go ahead and leave these, because if
Nothing
you
goes
get
to the
busy,
school anymore.
you don't want to go through the invoice process. Just leave it here. If they need this, that's when we need you to make we need you to take a
But
picture of it.
generally, like if we're sitting here on a Thursday morning, you're gonna get one person in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's only when it's really busy. But so what you would do to invoice, so here you're here and say it's not working. Don't keep trying and trying. Just go ahead and invoice them. It's just as easy. Invoice, so it would go to Jen. Invoice would be by her email. And that's all you have, literally that's all you have to do is you just hit send. It will go to Jen, and she will get an invoice, and then she will just plug in her information, she'll pay it, and it'll come right into
Who does it,
Okay.
who does it
Our-
come from? Who does the email come from?
Square, from
Square?
Square up, yeah.
What's it called? I'm just gonna see if I have one to.
But then Gabby knows because you get an email saying that there's been an
I
invoice.
get an email if there was an invoice.
Okay,
Ah.
so
with
here I
Square,
got a
and
new
They
invoice
inform me
from
when it's
Ridley
on
College
our
Family
bank.
Guild. This is
And
how
then you
I
see the
receive it.
difference,
Yeah,
what
that's
they
it.
And then I
charge
can
fees.
click here and say pay.
Pay invoice, I mean, it's so easy, so that's
Yeah,
what we're
yeah.
gonna do with Amanda this morning.
See, and it says what? Yeah, Polo.
You
I
can
bought.
pay in your
That's so
Yes.
much
I like
Yeah.
that
easier.
better.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
how
easy.
even-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like
but
that.
So
this
a lot of times
always
that's just what
works
we
or
do.
no? Because this may not be working and you have to do it later.
If this isn't working, the Wi-Fi's not working,
Okay.
sometimes.
Because of the internet, this
Yeah.
won't work
Yeah.
either, right?
And sometimes it's down for the school, don't worry about it, just get the information.
Just make sure that the email address is
correct.
readable
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
correct.
So
So
what
I
I need
always
to-
let
Yeah.
them check the email address.
So with Jen, we know there's a lot of people that are already in the system. So we've gone through a full year, everyone's in here.
That's
So let
so
me show
easy.
you how to, let me clear all of Jen here, clear items. So we're going to go to, there's different ways that,
What is the
As far as I
charge?
know,
so,
2.87% or something.
Okay.
Something
okay,
like that.
so the one thing
So
that you
what we
have to
normally
be,
do, we advise, because
Just-
we
let's
don't
just
want
wait
to
until
pay all the fees for them, so we tell them that we would like to charge them a service fee.
it's
Because,
2.75 for convenience fee.
Always when you invoice,
yes, we
not when
tell
you
them
pay by
upfront.
card here.
Still when you pay by
Pay,
card.
it's
When you pay by
always-
card.
What
and
about-
It's
by the
always
way,
And
a
cash?
service fee.
not cash.
Not
cash.
cash.
Okay.
Debit is only 1.5%. Debit's less. And I can show you how we do the convenience fee because I have it set up in here. So
We
so
should have
Jen
a card
is
for that somewhere. So
Yeah.
we can see
You
it.
need to you need to write a card. Cash is free, the other ones we will charge
Sure.
service fees.
so if you get here and someone is not here and they're not in, you would create a new customer. So let me go back to where, so you're in customers, and you're going to create a new customer. So we're going to put, Jessie, are you already in the system? Did you buy anything here?
Yes.
You did, okay. So let
I'm
me-
not in the system. but
Yeah,
you-
there we go. Okay, so we're gonna put Phil.
Charge Phil.
Yeah. Charge your big bucks. Stabile.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Phil, your phone number.
905-327-0100.
For every new customer, you'll have to do this. And then your email address.
F. Stabile,
Whoop.
STABILE .brown @gmail.com.
gmail.com. Okay, so now you'll come down to company, and this is the company is where we put in the name of the student.
This
So
is name
yeah,
of
so her
students.
would be Natalie is her student, but what I will put for Natalie, and she goes by Natalie Brown, right? Yeah. What I'll do for Natalie is to put, she's an OR, she's already graduated, so I'm going to put OR, what year? 2016? No, that's too much. 18, yeah, I was going to say that's too far ago. So it would be 2000. So we know that this is not a new, so when we look at who is purchasing, we'll know that this is an OR, and the reference ID is an OR, so
What's reference ID?
It's either new or returning.
new, returning, and
So we-
I haven't had any ORs, so this is the first time that we've had this, but so that way Gabby and I can, we can look at it
New
and
versus
see
returning
new
students.
versus. So now what I have to do is I have to go back in for all the new. Eventually, we're gonna have to change those from new to then returning, and we'll have to do it. It's not
New
that
for
much.
this year?
No, which were new last year, and if they return to us to purchase something, then they're not new anymore. They're
Right,
returning.
but as a new student just counts as like this is their first year. at
first-
this. Okay.
Or is it the first purchase here?
First year.
First purchase.
As far as we know, it's the first purchase year or the new or you know what we were doing this year because we were brand new. It was a new student. So we were looking at the difference between how many new students are,
Oh, okay.
how many new
did,
students are
yeah.
buying, and how many returning students, and then we
Yeah.
were just getting some statistics there. It's not something that we have to do, but right now
It's
you know,
good to have.
it's
that
good to
information.
have as far as just reporting because Square reports it all for us and breaks it all down in transactions. Okay, so
I
then
So
Right.
before,
I have a
before next,
question.
Yeah.
like, at the end
This
of the
is
year,
student's name.
we'll go through the,
Yes.
go through the
And this is
spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't know whether we
enter-
need to do that or
That's-
we will
Enter
do
that's
that
she.
when somebody
Phil's
purchases
daughter already
something and it's
graduated
a then
Ridley.
returning
Yeah.
student,
So
we change it
what
from
you
that
would
moment.
put would be, you could
So
put
that
grade
person would
5,
be
or
But
you
you,
could put.
but they're already
Oh.
yours, so
Say
you're
if
not
you
gonna
put your
go in and
daughter's
update all
name
the
there,
information. That's
you
what
I
could
don't-
put grade
I
5.
would just go at the end
Oh,
of the year.
yeah.
And so that we
This
know.
is
Take like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think I'd only
grade
put
hour
in
the
Yeah, so
the
it's
time
just-
she come here.
Yes.
Because you're not
Because
gonna
that
wanna
way,
do a
when
click right now,
when
you're
you
just gonna
come
click their
in,
name and
we
invoice
can
them.
say, oh, we know who your daughter is, and it just
That's-
gives us a little information, so we
Oh,
know a little
yeah.
bit
Yeah.
about
Right.
you.
Like
Yeah.
next
Do
year,
you need
like she
to
just clicked on
then
me, next year she
yourself
just
go
clicked on
through
me,
and
if I was a new
change
student this year, we'd never
everyone's, because
go
if
back
it
in
says
and
grade
change it.
5, and then
So you should
next
just
year
go
they're
ch-
going to
like,
grade 6,
I
but
don't-
that'll
yeah,
still
Wednesday
say
we
grade
were
5.
gonna
Yeah.
No,
No.
because we're not usually putting grade 5 and things
Okay.
like that. We're just putting their names, but
Okay.
sometimes
Which is
we'll just
OR
pop
standard.
that in,
Okay.
just that,
Really
so that we
Oh,
kind
it
of get an
is
That's
idea of
good.
who it is.
Yeah, it is.
Like an
Because
old
I can't
boy
remember
or
everybody that
whatever.
comes in.
No.
We'll just, so then once you do this, now you save.
I don't like it.
So now this is important. I just want to. So this is important. So I just put Phil's name in, but if you see, Jen is still here. So when you do a new sale, you see how Jen's name is still in there. We
She's
have
gonna get charged for my thing.
exactly, and we have done that.
Shop Phil.
In the very beginning, we did that. Is one thing that you just have to make sure when you are.
Anna, why is that? Sorry,
I
didn't
remember
get
that.
It's-
did she stay there?
It's just the way.
Sorry, what was that?
So
My name's still in there, even though she just added Phil. as
you
the
have to
customer.
change the name for the new sale because Jen will stay in there.
How do you change it?
So that's that's
you go into
since
new
I haven't done it.
customer or
I
something,
haven't done this in a while.
So the new
so,
customer just adds them to the list.
So
it doesn't
now
choose
I'm going to
them.
go to new customer and I'm going
Right,
to find
yeah.
Phil. And now Phil's name will be there.
Mm-hmm.
So just go to now because you've already put her in, but when we're busy, it's one of those things. I've done it 2 or 3 times, and in the beginning,
It's, I
and
think for that kind of stuff, I think our week before the main sale, like where we only do by appointments, I think that's a good week to do to get used to all that.
To get used to it, yeah,
So then it's
before,
not so busy,
because
and it's
when
only
it is
by
busy,
appointment
it's,
only.
it's hard to remember that. It's just, I mean, we have people lined up and,
So, but I would imagine that on when we're gonna do this, you're gonna have one person sitting at cash doing it.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah.
three
That's
different
what-
people,
yeah,
like
we
you just
had
have one
Yeah.
person sitting.
That's
this
a good
last
idea.
year for the busy days, Gabby and I and Ashanti were here every day, and I just sat here and did sales,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because
And
we
you
were
said
brand new, and
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
still
One
learning
person's
how to
good
do
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So
Not
Yes.
anyone else.
the
Yeah.
best thing is to have somebody that knows how to do it,
Yeah,
especially when you're busy. But
Yeah,
it's
that's a
good
good
to
idea.
train,
yeah.
you know.
I'm sure once you do it for an hour, it's.
That's why on the
Exactly.
sign up,
Yeah.
we always,
This
we
have
made
no
sure that we always
place
had
to
at least one
enter
person who was
password.
able to do that.
This
No,
sometimes.
No.
it will here. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
need to enter, that's a great question. If you need to enter a password, it will come up on the screen, and then they'll enter their password here,
That a PIN number?
a PIN number. Yes.
And then they'll sign
And
if
then-
it's credit card.
It will tell you what it needs. So
Okay.
some credit cards you're going to sign, some you put in your passcode, and then that's all it will need, and
So you
then
just
it
sign
will
with your
charge.
finger, or is it one of
You
those?
sign it with a finger, yeah. But it will tell you what you need there. So, yeah, you pay cash.
Sweet.
You know, what did it, so let me go ahead and do Amanda's and I'll show you. So again, because Phil's sitting in here, I have to go to, customers, and I'm going to, Amanda, Doucette. So I know who she is. So now we're gonna do a new sale for Amanda. And it's going to be for, oh, this is the other thing. Phil, when there are times where you'll go back to the library of all of our events, because we have all these, so you have to go to recycled uniform program, because that's where you're gonna get your items for recycled uniform, that's the category. We have a lot of categories for all of our events. So now, what did Amanda purchase?
Two sweatpants.
2 sweatpants, okay, so we'll go, sweatpants, and they're youth, so we're gonna go to,
Did she pay for them?
no, we're gonna invoice her,
Okay.
yeah.
So you hit it twice for two?
Hit it twice, so now I need to go and,
Let's say
um,
you hit it 3 times. How do you go back?
oh, yeah,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can go right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
you just
yeah.
press on it,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
great question.
Mhm,
And then you can go here, here,
Perfect. Okay.
save,
And you see
Yeah.
that at the end, the items are all listed, all the items you want to
With a
purchase.
quantity.
With a quantity.
yeah. So now I'm going to go to, convenience fee square charge 2.75%. Can you just grab the calculator for
Oh,
me?
you have to put that in separate.
Yeah, so I need
Oh, you have
32.
to manually enter that?
Yes, because everyone is different, and,
Because the charge is
We
different.
know,
It-
we started to charge like $3 for $100 or something.
880.
And sometimes
that's
we
not right.
waived it, depending on how we felt about that, and whether we informed them before or not. If we didn't inform them, we didn't charge it.
But going forward,
We need
we'll
to
make
put a
sure we
sign
do-
right
Yes.
here
Yes.
so we
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
have.
Because otherwise, we have to pay it anyway.
Yeah,
Just comes
exactly.
our-
No, you
Yeah.
need to put a sign here so you know how to tell them.
But you're actually then paying the convenience fee on the convenience fee, right?
Yes.
Technically, yes,
Technically, you are, yeah.
yes. So, there's the,
It's your
It's,
zone.
yeah.
so can we have it set up as a variable?
And the other time
So-
I had
What's this?
somebody who purchased something for, I don't know,
What's that, as a
$140
variable?
and then she
What's that?
bought.
Well, no, it's set up
She
as
only
variable
got
so that you
invoiced
can
and then she
manually
bought
set that
the
in,
items
Oh,
back.
okay.
and then,
So she paid $3 one-time service fee, and then she returned the items.
So
which
then
was
the
another
convenience fee is
return,
there,
another $3.
and now,
What's this?
And then she wanted to buy a
Convenience
T-shirt.
fee square.
that's
So
the
I
convenience
didn't
fee.
charge her for
So,
the T-shirt.
Square, this
But I
system
didn't feel good
charges
about
You get
us
recharged every
2%
You get rid-
when a
It's
credit
not
card
us,
is
it's-
used.
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
charge.
When
yeah.
we are
They
sending
They
this
charge for
by,
returns? 'Cause the
when we
sign-up
are
genius
sending
will
this
return
by
your,
invoice,
if
she can only pay by
cancel your
credit
whole
card.
payment, they'll
So
remove the
it's gonna
service fee.
automatically
But
charge
if you
two
cancel
point
just
seven
part of
five
the
percent.
payment or change
So
it,
instead,
then they
we
won't.
don't take that
But
cost,
if you
we
return the
put that
whole
on the
thing,
person
they
that's
take- they give you
buying.
the service fee.
Oh.
So
They
there's an
charge it.
additional cost for using the
But
convenience
that's
of
why I
this
didn't charge her
system.
for the T-shirt.
Instead of you having to go
Mm.
get
Why
cash
don't you
or
just-
go
Because they
write a
charge per
check,
transaction.
this is
Yeah.
a transactional
Every
fee.
time
Return,
we
whatever
do a
transaction.
transaction.
Usually when you go to a
But if you
store,
return
that
everything.
fee is in there, but they put it in the cost. You don't don't see it.
And I
So
didn't feel
here
right
we
to
have to
charge a
actually add it.
$6 in additional
But there's
service
no
fee on a
tax.
$6 and I have no
There's no tax and there's no other
T-shirt.
charges. So now we go to
Is that
charge
what they are, $6?
and
Not much. Or maybe $8.
6?
All
T-shirt, yeah.
cash or check.
so now we're
or-
gonna go to invoice and her email is there.
Mhm.
All I have to do now, it's going to share by invoice. It's gonna send it immediately and I hit send and now,
She got it.
Do we
And-
accept checks,
So
Hannah?
sure.
yeah, so when we do the invoicing per email, what I did normally when the customers were still here, I ask them, did you get the email? Right away, so then I know, like, yeah, they got the email.
Right. And then
while
they
they're
just
still
hit
here.
pay.
So see, I can see
Because we had
that invoices, I go in and I do
September,
collections.
we
If
had an
people
issue with
forget
one
that
of the
they
upper
to
school
pay,
students who just
I'll go
arrived
and
from
send it
Thailand.
again. And so I have all,
We didn't
anyone
know
that's got
where
Oh,
an
you know,
outstanding,
okay.
And what
I
does
know
that
it's
say?
outstanding,
Like,
and it'll tell me
also
when it was sent,
Sorry.
how long it's been.
Oh,
What's
so
that?
she hasn't paid? Is that what that means?
Oh, yes. But that's usually if I look at it, they may not have viewed it, it goes to spam, there's, yeah,
Oh.
so.
That's a good idea to check that the email works.
Hannah,
But
two
although
questions.
we're often doing
Yeah,
this
because
because
I
the
can
internet
see that
doesn't
it's
work.
viewed. I can tell that they viewed
want to make
it
sure
and
that
it,
the
Well,
internet
we're
works.
saying while they're still here, say, okay, did you get the email?
oh, yes.
If
yeah,
you're doing it live.
Usually, yes, if we're doing it live. But like Amanda, she's gone,
Yeah.
but I can see that she has gotten it and I can see that she's viewed it. And then what happens is sometimes, if it just gets buried, I'll send a reminder, but what I'll do is you can take the link and I'll send it to her personally,
Yeah.
to her email from me. So it's not coming from Square. It's like, hey, Amanda,
Yeah.
if she hasn't paid in a
You
month.
gotta be pretty gutsy to ignore that one.
Yeah, yeah. People have. But I'm on collections.
Hannah, two
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
Any way you can program the formula for the 2.75 service?
It's a good question, and to automatically add, but the
Right.
problem is that it would have to be only for credit card purchases. Debit is different.
Oh, so
There's a
you
different
put it in
percentage.
before you even go to the payment method?
It's a line item, yeah.
Okay.
It's a line item.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
only way I can do it. If
Okay.
not, because at $32, I mean, sometimes Gabby and I will look and it's like, we won't charge. It's so small. But when you're up at $500
Yes.
and these full uniforms, $600, it really adds up. So
Sure.
then,
And I actually have customers when I tell them we want to charge a service fee, how do they want to pay? And one of them actually went back to a debit machine and got
Yep.
off some.
then they'll get
Really?
cash.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the
though-
thing
and
is,
they-
they're saving tax, right?
Yes.
There's no tax.
Yeah.
It's just for convenience. I mean, it's truly
Mm-hmm.
a convenience fee. You don't have to go get money, and if you want to pay it, fine. If not, then they bring cash.
Next question.
Yep. Yeah.
What is, who do we write the check to? Ridley
Ridley College Family Guild
Family Guild, okay.
Yeah, it's coming to us.
To you.
to us, not to the
Yeah.
school. Yeah.
You
I don't
mean
think
if
that any
if
payment
custom
by
pay
cash check.
cash,
No.
they don't need to pay the
No.
The convenience fee. No, then they
Oh.
just pay exactly what's there. And when you put cash, you just say 150 or whatever the number is, and it will say paid cash. And then it goes into our system, and then
It goes
we
in the system that somebody paid